Another day, another report. Here we go again. Welcome into Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. I'm Jeffrey Cooperstein, and I finally thought after the other day where we had the report about Luka liking to smoke hookah and drink that we were going to be done with this. And then the Friday morning news dump came from Sam Amick of The Athletic saying the Mavericks tried to trade Luka for Anthony Edwards. We'll get into the report here in just a second, but if you want more Mavs content, I need you to hit that thumbs up icon right now. It's a free and easy way to help out the channel, and it tells YouTube to send this video out to more people. So go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon, and let's get into today's show where I really can't believe that we're even talking about this. Sam Amick of The Athletic had this to say on Luka. League sources tell The Athletic that the Mavericks and Timberwolves informally discussed the prospect of swapping Dončić for the 23-year-old three-time All-Star Anthony Edwards in the weeks before the Lakers deal went down. More specifically, Mavericks GM Nico Harrison reached out to the Timberwolves. So that means he reached out to multiple teams and asked if there was any chance they'd be willing to trade Edwards. He was promptly told no. The Timberwolves, league sources say, were stunned that Dallas was contemplating parting ways with Dončić. Everyone with a brain is stunned that the Mavericks were contemplating parting ways with Dončić. And not only did he reach out to the Lakers about a potential Luka trade, he reached out to the Minnesota Timberwolves about a potential Luka trade. Wait, who did the Mavericks beat in the 2024 Western Conference Finals to get to the NBA Finals? Oh, it was the Minnesota Timberwolves. Who did Luka Doncic thoroughly outplay in that 5-game series? Oh, it was Anthony Edwards. Everything that comes out about this trade in the weeks and months leading up to it make less and less sense as the day go by. And frankly, I'm tired of these reports coming out. I'm tired of every single day learning something new that makes the Mavericks look stupider than they were yesterday. It is exhausting. And I'm so tired. Like, I want to celebrate Luka and the Mavericks career that he had and move on. And every day they just find a way to make me more angry, even if they're playing good basketball. And we'll talk about the game last night because there was a game that the Mavericks played. We'll get into that on the back half of today's show. But I will say this. Trading Luka for Anthony Edwards, not that I would have done it, not that I would have agreed with it, not that I wouldn't have been pissed about it, but it would make more sense than trading him for Anthony Davis. He's a 23-year-old rising superstar who has qualities that I think are going to translate into a future NBA champion. In his last 4 seasons, Anthony Edwards has become one of the very best players in this league. This year, averaging 27.5 points a night on 44% from the field, over 40% from three. He's risen every single year, 21 and 22, 24 and 22, 23, up to 25, and now up to 27.5. And like I said, he is a rising superstar in this league, comfortably a top 10 player. He's fighting for top 5 status right now, and if the Timberwolves make another deep run into the postseason, I could see Anthony Edwards being in those kinds of conversations. He was a key cog to Team USA's gold medal performance at the Olympics in 2024. And all of that being said, I think Anthony Edwards is a fantastic player. There is no way I'm trading Luka Doncic for him. I think Luka is that much better than Anthony Edwards. We saw it on the court in the 2024 playoffs. Every single report that comes out makes the Mavericks look dumber. I just wanted to show you guys this. I wanted to show you a list of players I would trade Luka Doncic for. There's a reason it's blank. Because the answer's 0. Now, I'll say this. You could talk me in. Not talk me in. You could try to justify a Giannis trade for Luka. You could try to justify a Jokic trade for Luka, and I would hear you out on those. Any other players, there's just no reasoning for it. There's no rhyme. There's no reason. I won't hear you out. I think it's ridiculous. This report pissed me off once again, and here I sit on a Friday being triggered about the Mavericks trading Luka Doncic 27 days after it happened at the end of the month. This trade happened on February 1st. It is February 28th, and I'm just as mad about it now as I was back then. Maybe that's a me problem, but nonetheless. I want to ask you this question, though, before we move on to the rest of today's show. The Mavericks obviously traded Luka for Anthony Davis. Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Anthony Edwards? If so, type Ant. Would you rather have Anthony Davis? If so, type AD down in the comments. This will be the pinned comment on today's show. You may get hit with a YouTube ad break here in just a couple of seconds. And while that happens, go on down there and get your votes in. Who would you rather have? I also did want to give a shout out to our boy. It is Luka's 26th birthday. So happy 26th birthday to Luka Doncic. That picture, by the way, was after he defeated Anthony Edwards in 5 games to reach the NBA Finals. Shout out to Luka, man. He's always going to be an MFFL in my book. No matter what happens, he's going to be loved in this city for life. He will have more credibility in this city than Nico Harrison could ever dream of having. Just wanted to shout out Luka down in the comments section. If you want to wish Luka a happy birthday, get those 77s down in the comments. We're going to talk about the win against the Hornets last night here in just a couple of moments, but I do need to tell you guys about our sponsor, which of course is PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. PrizePicks has over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, making daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. The second half of basketball season is almost here, and it is now or never. Don't miss out on the latest action with our friends at PrizePicks, the best place to win real money in over 30 states, including California, Georgia, Florida, and Texas. They put their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. And when my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. And I do have a projection for the combine that's going on there in Indianapolis over the next few days or so. Isaiah Bond says he's going to break the record for the fastest 40 time in history. So I'll take the less on Isaiah Bond. I'll also take the less on my guy Jaden Blue out of Texas. And I'm going to go less again on Emeka Ibuka and Arian Smith. So you can copy my picks or you can make picks of your own. Just please make sure you do it with our friends over at PrizePicks. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use code CLNS to get a $50 bonus when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive that bonus. It is guaranteed. Again, download the app. Use code CLNS to get that $50 bonus when you play your first $5 lineup. That link will be in the comments and the description of today's show. It is PrizePicks. Run your game. The Mavs took care of business last night. It was a bit of an ugly win against the Charlotte Hornets, but nonetheless, they did come out of it with a dub, and they did what they needed to do against a bad Charlotte Hornets team. And a guy I really wanted to shout out in this game was Moses Brown, who's on a 10-day contract with the Dallas Mavericks, who played 31 minutes last night starting for the Mavs, had 20 points, 11 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Moses Brown is a guy that has been a really solid player for the Mavs over the last week or so. And what does this performance from Moses Brown tell you about Dwight Powell? He's absolutely cooked. Getting this on a 10-day contract is unbelievable from Moses. He's starting. He's playing 30-plus minutes a night. Now, the one thing is his contract is about to expire, and we'll talk about what the ramifications are of that here in just a moment. But I do want to tie this in to Dwight Powell, who has been with the Mavericks for 10-plus years now, and he is not getting a starting job over a guy who was signed off the street last week. Moses Brown is just providing more than what Dwight Powell did. Powell played 16 minutes last night, was a -5 in the game. He just doesn't bring enough to the table at this point. And with Moses Brown's 10-day contract coming to an end, the last eligible game that Brown will have is tomorrow against the Milwaukee Bucks. And when Brown's contract expires, the Mavericks will not be able to sign him until April 10th, I believe, given where they are with the luxury tax and their apron rules. The Mavs are, I believe, $51,000 below the apron. A 10-day contract is over $100,000. So the prorated version of that, the Mavs aren't allowed to sign anyone until April 10th when there are 2 games left in the season. Given Moses Brown's performance last night against the Hornets, and we'll see what he does tomorrow against the Milwaukee Bucks, it wouldn't shock me whatsoever if Brown got a contract from another team for the remainder of the season. Hell, I could see the Los Angeles Lakers picking up a guy like Moses Brown. They're in need of a center despite them having Alex Len and Jackson Hayes. But what do you guys think? Should the Mavs re-sign Moses Brown when they're able, if he is available? Type Y for yes or type N for no. Let me know down in the comment section. And please be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's youtube.com/MavsTV. If anything else comes out, whether it's a Luka Doncic report, whether it's a report on Anthony Davis, you know where to find it. It's right here on the channel. We'll see you guys soon.